Happy Monday. I hope you all had a wonderful day after that rainy weekend. It's so nice that we are having some pretty weather again. Um, Sorry, my computer just told me it went live. I hope that you all saw that introduction. I hope that you guys had a great day and you're getting ready for a good night's sleep. So, again, it's story time. So, we have some couple stories for you tonight. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to start the first story and I'm going to try for a little interaction, and I'm going to let you guys pick the second story if I can get the poll to work right. So the first story we're going to read tonight is good old Pete the Cat and his 4 groovy buttons. I love this story, and I feel like when I start reading it, I kind of start sing-songing it. So we'll see how it goes. But our second story, I'm going to give you all a chance to pick. We'll see how that goes. The first option is King Jack and the Dragon. It is a super cute story about a very brave little boy. The other next option is called Truck Stop. And it is about a family who owns a truck stop and all the unique and fun people that come to visit them. And our third option is Maple, which is about a little girl who has a very special tree in her yard, and it's a maple tree, and her parents named her after that tree. So those are our options. So what I'm going to try to do is share a poll with you guys, and you all can vote on which story we read tonight. So here we go. I'm going to try. Give me just a second. And it says it's active, so we'll see. All right, while you all are voting, you all can vote on which one you think we should do, and I will read Pete the Cat. Pete the Cat and his 4 groovy buttons. This was written by Eric Litwin, and art was by James Dean, creator of Pete the Cat. Pete the Cat and his 4 groovy buttons. Pete the Cat put on his favorite shirt with 4 big, colorful, round, groovy buttons. He loved his buttons so much, he sang this song. My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons, my buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. Oh no! One of the buttons popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 3, because 4 minus 1 equals 3. Oh, we got some votes coming in. We got 2 votes for Truck Stop right now. It is a pretty good, cool story. Maybe that would be the one we read, but don't forget, you can keep voting while we're reading. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He just kept singing his song. My 3 groovy buttons. My 3 groovy buttons. Pop! Oh no! Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 2, because 3 minus 2 is 2, or 3 minus 1 is 2. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. Pete, he kept singing his song. My 2 groovy buttons. My 2 groovy buttons. Pop! Oh no! Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 1. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept singing his song. My button, my one groovy button. My button, my one groovy button. What do you think is going to happen? Is Pete going to lose his last button? Pop! Oh no. The last button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 0. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. Pete looked down at his buttonless shirt, and what do you think he saw? Any guesses? His belly button! And he kept singing his song. My button, still have my belly button. My button, still have my belly button. I guess it simply goes to show that stuff will come and stuff will go. But do we cry? Goodness, no. We keep on singing. Buttons come and buttons go. The end. That Pete is a pretty smart cat, don't you think? I mean, we can't control everything, and sometimes it makes us sad, but we got to keep going. So we did have 100% of the votes for our story, Truck Stop. So that'll be the next one that we read. This is a story by Anne Rockwell, and it is about a family that, again, it's about a family that owns a truck stop and all the different people that come by. This was illustrated by Melissa Ely. Early each morning, the sun isn't up when we get busy at our truck stop, Mom and Dad and me. Our truck stop is right beside the main highway heading north and south. Every morning I squeeze the orange juice, Dad cuts fries, sausages, and bacon while Mom starts up the coffee. Soon, Uncle Marty turns on the lights in the service garage. Another good morning has come. I love it when the truck starts rolling in. Their lights are bright and in the dim, dark morning. I know each and every one of the regulars that comes to the truck stop. I love how they come rumbling their wheels with air brakes whooshing. I love how the smell of diesel fills the air. Eighteen-wheeler is the first to arrive. Sam, his driver, asks Uncle Marty to check all 18 tires. Good morning, he says to me. One coffee and bacon and eggs over easy, says Mom. You bet, says Sam. Milk Tank and Maisie are next. The big silver tank glows in the early pink dawn. One coffee and donuts coming up, I call, even before Maisie sits down at the counter. Diligent Dan's moving van is next. The usual, Mom asks. You bet, sausage and pancakes, says Dan. Plenty of syrup, he adds. Where's Green Gus? asks 18-wheeler's Sam. Yes, where's Green Gus? says Maisie and Dan. Green Gus is the old green pickup that rattles and clanks as it rolls, but always gets there. Green Gus is always carting something here or there. But where's Green Gus this morning? No one has seen Green Gus today. Not heading north, not heading south. Flatbed pulls into the stop with lots of loud cranking and whooshing, carrying Digger to wherever he needs digging. Orange juice, black coffee, and a blueberry muffin are what flatbed drivers always want. Now our stop is filled with the good smells of coffee brewing, bacon frying, eggs sizzling, sunny side up or over easy. It's filled with the good sounds of morning too. Hardworking friends talking before they hit the road again, some heading north and some heading south. Pete and Priscilla's tow truck comes next. Have you seen Green Gus? Everyone asks. But Pete and Priscilla say no. Suddenly, Big Yellow Bus is here. Big Yellow Bus has come for me, as it always does, each weekday morning at the very same time. It picks up my backpack and I pick up my backpack and run to the bus. It's time for me to go to school. On the old blacktop road through the woods, I suddenly see Green Gus parked all alone on the side of the road with a very sad driver. Please call the truck stop and say I found Green Gus, I asked the bus driver. And that's what she does. Pete and Priscilla's tow truck is on the way. They'll tow Green Gus to the truck stop where Uncle Marty will see what's wrong and fix Green Gus. And the driver will have bacon and eggs sunny side up. Then all the trucks can go on their way again, including Green Gus. Tomorrow I'll say good morning again, and when they come, our truck stop will when they come to our truck stop by the side of the highway where the big roads head north and south. The end. Well, there you go. There's our story for tonight. I see that King Jack got some late votes there. So next time that I go live for story time, I'll make sure to ring King Jack and the Dragon. I hope you all have a good night. We'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. To do